Jason here with Palm & Tech. We just got our first real snow of the season, and I wanted to see how the car would do. Well, I think you can see how it does so far. Hopefully that did not just... Alright, let's keep going here. I'm not going to engage yet because I want you to see how just the visualization, how it looks with the snow-covered roads. I tried engaging it earlier today when it was snowing, and it almost drove me off the road because it couldn't do a good job telling where the edge of the road was. And you can see right now it's really struggling to tell where the edge of the road is. Like, for example, I'm driving, let's see here, it's doing a pretty decent job here, but you can see it's really struggling trying to figure out where the edge of the road is. You look at the distance between the white and the red line. So I'm actually driving, let's see here. So it's picking up the yellow line really well, but it's struggling with the edge of the road, which would be the red line. And I'm gonna engage FSD Beta in just a moment here once I get through the light. It's also really slippery out. And I'm going to slow the car down too. Just to be extra safe. Earlier today, when it was like when the snow was coming down really hard, the visualization just was going completely nuts. At one point, it was drawing the yellow line and the white line right next to each other. It's not doing too bad right now. I'm going to disengage just because we're going by a plow. I'm going to re-engage. I'm admittedly very skittish right now, just because I have no idea how it's going to handle when it has to brake. Yeah, see. It keeps wanting to take me off the side of the road. This is what it was doing earlier today. It's probably going to do much better as we're coming down because the snow is melting on the roads over here. Up in my near my house, you know, the roads are completely covered with snow. Needless to say, it does not work well in completely snow-covered roads. So again, just to recap, my experience I was having earlier today, the car was taking me, it tended to want to drive off the side of the road. A couple times it actually almost put me in the ditch, you know, before I disengaged. And it had a tendency to dart kind of in and out, like it did almost when I got the very first beta, when it was having trouble determining where the center of the road was. See, it's pulling way over to the right, like almost dangerously close to the curb. Yeah. You can see the visualization sometimes just about completely goes out. Also coming in, the other thing I noticed too is it doesn't seem to address for the possibility that the road might be slippery, so it tries to brake at the same speed that it would if the road was not, if it was a perfectly clear road. And that will also get you into a lot of trouble if the roads are slippery. Now it has trouble with this turn even on a clear day, so I'm extra worried about curving the wheels right now, just because it's having such a difficult time sensing where the where the edge of the road is, that it's going to definitely cut the corners a lot closer than it should be. See how it just keeps pulling me right to the right side. It's almost funny because I was complaining so much with the first couple builds how the car was hugging the middle when it didn't know where the lane markings were, and I almost wish that behavior kind of came back now. Yeah, see how sometimes it's, for a split second, it's rendering that the yellow is actually the red. Oh, let's try to send that in. Way too fast into this corner. part of me, it's impressive that it's even working at all right now. But it just ran through that stop sign. Alright, we'll see how it does on the way back. See you guys in a little bit. Okay, and we're back. So let's see how it does getting me home. See, it keeps pulling to the left, and again, another comment, it takes off way too fast when the road's slippery. And it keeps trying to go to the right. That's not. So it's definitely struggling quite a bit right now. The biggest issue is in my opinion, there's two main problems. One is it's hugging the right side of the road way too much because it can't tell where the edge of the road is. And the second problem is it takes off way too fast and tries to brake too hard. Like right there. I mean, again, that's fine because there was no cars in front of me, but just that little bit that it stabbed on the, yeah, see, it's trying to take me off the road again. That little bit that it stabbed on the brakes would be fine if it was a normal day and the roads weren't covered in snow, but when it's snowing like this, you know, you have to give yourself more, a little more space, and it's not doing that. And sometimes it just, you can see the wheel just completely goes berserk. I would normally start braking right about here, which it did that there. That was fine. Push. Again, these roads are pretty clear right now, and I'm actually about to run out of recording time, so I'm gonna stop the video here and I'm gonna pick back up when the road gets nasty again, just so you can see how it behaves on those types of roads. Okay, so I decided I'm actually gonna intentionally go down a road that I know is not paved, so you can see how it reacts. And I want you to mostly just pay attention to the visualization. You can see it really is having a hard time telling where the middle of the road is, or where the road is. See how it does in this turn. Yeah, it it figured it out, but now it's spinning. Again, it gets points for effort. Definitely gets points for effort, but let's actually go back, try that one more time before I run out of time. Let's see what I have here. We have 6 minutes left, so let's see. Oh, this should be a good test. So let's try, we'll let it go up here. Although it looks like this road is plowed, so we will see here. Very jerky. See, it's going off the road again. And again. And again. And again. So that was pretty terrible. Again, it gets a decent grade for attempting to do it, but it has a long way to go with driving in the snow. And again, now that you can see, so we've got snow kind of coming towards us, snow on the ground, and you can see what it's doing a pretty decent job right now, but you saw earlier how it was really struggling with, it was really struggling with figuring out where the road was. And not just as simple as it showing that the road was, like that it didn't know where the center line was. It sometimes was rendering the edge, the road edge, way to almost to the middle of the road, and sometimes it was rendering the road edge, way far past where it actually was. I'm also not comfortable at all with it driving. If it's really slushy or really snowy on the road, I don't like to let it drive pretty much anywhere above 30 or 35. It just does not, it doesn't instill much confidence based on what I saw it do earlier when it was, in the snowy road. take that back. Maybe even 30 is kind of my limit in the snow. You know, and again, the issue with like where it's weaving in and out as it's kind of figuring out where the road is, that's the real problem in the when it's slippery, because it's very easy for the car to lose traction and then kind of, you know, just spin out. It's going to drive off the road. I'm going to force it even slower here around this corner, because even 15 is too fast. I do have snow tires on, by the way. These are not all seasons, so it's the best possible traction I could have on this car in this weather. All right, we made it back. So let me know what you think in the comments.